I could divide my influences for the art of my game in 3 categories, starting with real-life expeditions. My brother offered me this book 2 years ago, the real story of the first race to the South Pole in the early 20th century. It's so intense and well written I couldn't recommend it enough. Looking at pictures of rough, archaic mountaineering equipment sparkled my imagination and inspired me for the character design of Pixar. Then, I think my first art influence for this game was a French comic book called Elle Froide, made by the original artist behind the Snowpiercer series. Rochette's style of stark contrasts and bleakness suits perfectly well the atmosphere I wanted to create for my game, and I particularly like how the mountains almost seem shaped by a blade rather than a pen. To me, it illustrates really well how unforgiving nature can be out there. When it came to bringing those inspirations over to the video game medium, I looked at games that kept this idea of contrast and minimalism in their art, especially something like Disc Room, where the design looks so simple and yet so efficient. Same with Fancy Pants Adventures, where the doodling art is completely uninhibited and fits well with the line style I want to play with for my mountain design. For the final touches, I took inspirations from Limbo to enhance the black and white aspect. I'll get back to that in a minute. So, after absorbing all those works of art, how did I bring Pixar to life? Here, let me show you. I first doodle my ideas with a pencil so that I can make any modifications easily. I also use a pencil to make a couple textures for later. Once I'm satisfied, I move on to a drawing pen. Now, I don't personally own cutting-edge animation hardware, so to facilitate the process, I use an old broken iPad to light up my paper from below. In case you didn't know, you can lock your touchscreen to make sure you can draw on it without the screen freaking out. That helps turning my doodles to permanent drawings as well as animating my characters. To make sure my line art is homogeneous, I stick to the same scale for every drawing. I then scan my paper before importing the result in Photoshop. There, I clean up my art and mix it with the textures when needed. I finally prepare my art for Unity by selecting each entity and exporting them one by one. Now, remember earlier when I said I took inspiration from Limbo for the old film aesthetic? I achieved this by using post-processing effects: bloom, film grain, and vignette. There you go. Hey, by the way, I just created an Instagram if you want to check it out. I'll be posting my game art there as I go. Oh, and also you can play my games for free on itch.io. Link is in the description. As per usual, like this video and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this. Next up, I'll show you how I developed the systemic logic of the mountain, how the different elements influence each other to create a natural bullet hell. See you guys.